Third down and 2. Nix gets it out quickly. Harvey's leveled, stays on his feet, and picks up the first down. Jamal Adams could not get him to the ground, and what a second effort by the rookie R.J. Harvey. 10 straight games without an opening drive touchdown for Denver. Third longest active streak. Nix is taken down. Tonka Hemingway was in on that, along with Max Crosby. 9th play of the drive coming for Denver. Bo Nix is 5 out of 5 so far, and Harvey explodes up the middle. Inside the 20. Nix, he's going to run it this time at the 5. Nix is in. Touchdown. And what an opening drive for the Broncos.
The telepathy was there, but watch as he starts to step up into the pocket. Oh yeah, he's going right now. He doesn't have the ball in a position at all to think about throwing the football. He has done exactly what you said.
Brock Bowers goes in motion. And Gino over the middle. He's got Ian Thomas for a first down.
To help protect their quarterback.
Alex Kappa at center. Play action. Gino throws, and it's caught by Trey Tucker. Gino, good protection, and he locates Thomas, who gets a running start and picks up the first down.
Giving Geno Smith extra time and creating a few spaces in the run game.
Gino taking a shot for the end zone. Bowers has it. Touchdown.
Response from this offense. Bowers on the inside. We're here. We talk about him often lining up outside. When he's on the inside, it forces different guys to cover him. Talanoa Hufanga sitting in there expecting some help.
Nix, another completion and another first down. This one caught by the rookie Pat Bryant. Wish him well. Darian Porter comes back on the field to take his place for third down and 8. Nix throwing and has a completion again, but a flag flies from the secondary. Cortland Sutton on the catch. 3rd and 6. Here comes the pressure. Nix off his back foot throwing, and it is incomplete. Porter had the coverage again on Cortland Sutton. And already 27 yards and penalties here in the first half. Gino hanging in there. Gino is sacked again. John Franklin Myers brings him down. A.J. Cole punting to Mims. It's a short punt. Mims a running start at the 48. And able to break free. Marvin Mims calling out blockers inside the 20. Touchdown! How about it? Somehow Mims was able to stay up. A Houdini act. And the Broncos take the lead. 3rd down and 7. Here comes the blitz again. Gino nearly intercepted. He threw it right to Zach Allen, who, if he was able to corral that, had an open lane to the end zone. He's loving coaching this Denver team, and why not? 10-2 to start the year. Here's Nix. And another first down for little Jordan Humphrey. A gain of 8. Nix over the middle, and Nix has another first down. Adam Troutman, the tight end, goes for 12 yards. Devin White on the tackle with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
And if you're the Raiders, I want to simulate and show pressure and be able to drop off and play coverage on this snap.
Pressure coming. Nix gets rid of it, and he's got the first down. Devin White with another big hit.
Run that type of a route versus the best corner in the game.
Put a few seconds back on the clock. Geno Smith over the middle. He's got a completion. That's Tyler Lockett.
And then come back and see if you can change it.
This is a dangerous play here. Geno in trouble, and he's sacked, and Denver's going to get the ball back. I don't get that one. Nick Bonito bringing Geno Smith to the ground.
But he's a guy who can break things open. Not seeing too many coming his way.
Nix eludes the rush, now throws on the run. He's got the rookie Bryant, and Pat Bryant to the 38-yard line. A Denver first down. Aiden O'Connell, the emergency number 3. McLaughlin has a hole, and Jaleel McLaughlin with a first down run. They give it to the fullback. There goes Prentice into the open field, and he's got a first down. How about that? That is the longest run of his career. Nix to Harvey. Can he get to the line? He can. Another Denver first down as first and goal for the Broncos. Harvey up the middle. Harvey takes it in. Touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Broncos add to their lead.
The push you get from the runner himself. He bounces off of Wattenberg, the center, number 60, and then finds an escort from Miners, McGlinchey, and Mercedes Lewis.
He'll start this drive at the 40 after the penalty and throwing on first down. Let's see what Gino's got. Well, he's got his tight end, Brock Bowers. Why not? And a first down for Las Vegas. Smith throwing off his back foot, wide open. It's a first down. And that's the rookie, Jack Besh. 4th and goal. Pickett on the move, throwing end zone, too high and incomplete. He was looking for Bowers, and the Denver defense once again gets the job done in the red zone.
And him making good decisions all afternoon.
Nix fires. He's got a wide open Sutton who goes down at the 38-yard line. He was determined this week to put together a masterpiece, and certainly working on it here today as Nix wisely goes down. You could tell that really bothered Peyton, though, when we met with him. Nix, and Sutton is able to hold on. Cortland Sutton. Nix steps up, and he will keep it himself down the sideline and picks up the first down. Play number 18 on this drive. Nix, end zone incomplete. And the kick is good. With 3:56 to go, Denver goes up 24-7 on Las Vegas. 3.5 to play. 2nd and 5. Pickett, and right back to Besh. And look, there's been a couple of bright lights for Las Vegas today. Obviously, another disappointing result. Starting to incorporate some of these younger players, which a lot of Raiders fans have wanted to see. Pickett in trouble, and he's sacked. And it is Nick Bonito. He now has 11.5 sacks on the year.
A chance to get a hand on him and ends up with that sack.
Pickett to Bowers, and he's got a first down. Pickett, end zone, touchdown! Cedric Jackson! His first NFL touch is a touchdown. The great nephew of Bo Jackson finds the end zone.
Riley Moss on the outside feels like he's expecting help from his safety, who's sitting low, and Brandon Jones. And Kenny Pickett just puts this right over top of the safety before Hufanga can get there. That is just excellent ball placement.
R.J. Harvey with 65 yards rushing today, looking for more here, and he's got more. Still going. Harvey rumbles for 8 yards, and Pete Carroll will call a timeout with 2:06 to go.
Get back to it.
Haven't been to the Sphere yet. Still waiting for free tickets to that.
Yeah,
Zach Brown was there last night as Bo Nix was taken down. Max Crosby in on that play, and now we've hit the 2-minute warning on CBS.
The importance of winning this game and continuing that moving forward.
But Day on the carry here, and the Raiders cannot stop the clock with 1:40 to go. Harvey. And Harvey is stopped, so Las Vegas will get the ball back. No timeouts and 58 seconds on the clock. Pickett now will take off, and he cut it upfield. Pickett throwing on the run, and he's got Lockett, but I don't know if they'll be able to spike it in time. Oh, a flag comes out. What a silly play by Brandon Jones. 46-yard attempt for Carlson. And Carlson's kick is good with no time left. So count the 3. That makes it a 7-point difference. 24-17 the final. And Sean Payton and the Broncos win their 10th consecutive game. And now they go into the top spot in the AFC because